Think you can't grow fresh food all year in zones 3 and 4? Think again. Even with freezing winters and short summers, you can keep your garden producing non-stop. I'm about to break down exactly how you can harvest fresh greens in the middle of winter and get a head start on summer crops before the snow melts. Stick around because I'm sharing the best-kept secrets that every cold climate gardener needs to know. Let's dive in. If you're in zones 3 or 4, you know the struggle: brutal winters, late springs, early frosts, and a growing season that's barely 90 to 120 days. But here's the secret: with the right techniques, you can grow food outside well into winter and get a jump start before spring even begins. The trick? Understanding how to work with your climate instead of fighting it. Most people think winter means the end of gardening. Wrong. You can grow fresh food even in sub-zero temperatures, and here's how. First, use cold frames and low tunnels. These act like tiny greenhouses, trapping heat and protecting plants from snow and freezing wind. You can make them out of old windows, plastic, or row covers. Next, choose the right crops. Some plants actually thrive in the cold. Kale, spinach, carrots, and winter lettuce get sweeter after a frost. Plant them in late summer so they're ready to harvest in the dead of winter. And here's a hack: use thermal mass. Place black water jugs inside your cold frames. They absorb heat during the day and release it at night, keeping your plants warm even when temperatures drop below freezing. Spring in zones 3 and 4 is tricky. One day it's warm, the next you get a surprise frost. You have to be one step ahead. First, pre-warm your soil. Cover your garden beds with black plastic or clear tarps a few weeks before planting to trap heat and speed up soil warming. Next, start seeds indoors. Peppers, tomatoes, and herbs need a head start. Begin them indoors 6 to 8 weeks before the last frost and transplant them when the weather stabilizes. And don't forget about early crops. Radishes, peas, beets, and onions can handle the cold. Plant them as soon as the ground is workable to get the earliest possible harvest. Summer is short, so you need to maximize every single day. The key? Succession planting. Don't just plant once and wait. As soon as you harvest a crop, plant something else in its place. This keeps food growing all season long. Use heat traps to speed up growth. Mulching, raised beds, and even placing rocks near plants help absorb and hold heat, giving your crops an edge. And be smart with your plant choices. Stick to fast-maturing crops like bush beans, summer squash, and determinate tomatoes that produce quickly before frost returns. Fall doesn't mean shutting down your garden, it means gearing up for more growth. To make it work, you have to plan ahead. Start your fall crops in late summer. By the time cool weather arrives, they'll be strong enough to keep growing into winter. Protect them from frost with row covers, cloches, and DIY greenhouses. Old milk jugs, plastic bins, or even bed sheets on cold nights can make all the difference. And don't waste your harvest, preserve it. Ferment, can, or freeze extra produce so you can enjoy fresh garden flavors all winter long. What if I told you that you could harvest fresh greens and herbs in January? Indoor gardening is a game changer. Use grow lights to keep herbs like basil, mint, and chives thriving year-round. You don't need a greenhouse, just a small space with good lighting. Hydroponics and cracky systems let you grow lettuce, spinach, and even cherry tomatoes without soil. No outdoor space? No problem. And for the easiest indoor crop, try microgreens. They're packed with nutrients and ready to harvest in just 7 to 14 days. So, there you have it, a year-round gardening plan that works, even in zones 3 and 4. You don't have to stop growing just because the seasons change. With the right techniques, you can have fresh food every month of the year. If you found these tips helpful, hit that like button, drop a comment with your favorite gardening hack, and subscribe for more expert gardening advice. Happy growing!